Welcome everybody, my name is Michael or Kubera. Today we're doing another car video. Actually, let's turn off the car so it's going to be a little bit quieter. And I am always excited every single time I come in here. It gives me a lot of freedom. Welcome to cryptocurrencies, where you also experience a lot of freedom compared to the normal world. Well, it looks like in America there's going to be some stimulus checks incoming again for 2021. So yay, happy new year. A lot of people thought, oh, bye-bye, 2020, 2021 is going to be better. And a lot of people are celebrating because they're going to be spending that on PS5s and Xboxes, the latest Xbox. And then they realize, oh, wait, they still have to get back to a job, a full-time job. Part-time won't cut it. So unless you're one of those people, if you are, you have to rethink your life choices. You're probably going to be taking that new stimulus check and hopefully investing that if you're able to, if not, going into an emergency fund. But today's video is for those out there who maybe just got out of college, or they have a few months left and it's been online right now. So probably if you're in programming, if you're in web dev, if you're in software engineering, anything IT, anything that's computer wise, you should be good because it's usually pre-recorded classes. So today's video is about those individuals, but also anybody who's really approaching cryptocurrency jobs, blockchain jobs, because in this industry, it's a lot rarer to find a job, but it's certainly growing and it's going to become easier over the next few years. It's already easier than back in 2017. There's more institutional investors coming on board. And back then you had a lot more scams. Now it's becoming a lot more professional. So this video goes out to all those individuals who are applying for the first time possibly for cryptocurrency job positions. To all those who already have and are working in the industry, congratulations to you. This is coming from somebody who has worked in the industry, and I've always loved building my own projects, whether that's social media projects, whether that's testing out campaigns. But marketing, well, that's kind of a soft skill. It's better to get into these technical skills such as programming and developing and software engineer, because not only does it pay well, but if you're really passionate about this stuff, you find out finally how it works. It's kind of like you're an architect. If you like houses, you could be an architect, you could be a designer, you could be a real estate guy, a mortgage broker, you could be a lender. Anything to do with houses, you're probably going to be enjoying that. It's also a fun career path, a fun industry. It is a little cutthroat at times. But if you're already in blockchain, if you're already in cryptocurrency, you're probably really enjoying yourself, unless you're only here to make some money, which, hey guys, if you're one of those people, that's okay. Welcome to cryptocurrency, but probably sooner or later, you're going to lose some money and you're going to realize, all right, it's time for me to go. I'm out. If you're not a true believer, this video is probably not for you. Anyways, there are more websites to find crypto job listings. There's stuff like crypto.jobs and cryptojobs.com. But even if you go on Indeed or monster.com, if you're in America, if you're outside of America, obviously there's different job listing boards. If you type in blockchain, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, crypto, Solidity, whatever programming language that you're going to be working with, sometimes fintech, that's it. Sometimes fintech, if you're working with traditional companies that are exploring new solutions with blockchain, there's already a lot more positions out there, especially in programming and all of this, where they're designing the cryptocurrencies or the blockchains. But even as a marketer, a salesman, a manager, an HR person in blockchain, statistically, you're going to make 10, 20, 30, maybe even 40% more than your compatriots. And this is great, but there's some stuff even in the normal jobs world, blockchain or not, there's always going to be scams. There's always going to be stuff you have to watch out for. But I wanted to make this video specifically for you guys because I've been going through a lot of job listings lately. I've spotted there's a lot of red flags that you can immediately meet. As soon as you have a list written down, you're like, all right, see you, goodbye. This goes on my blacklist. I'm never looking at this company again. Here's how to avoid wasting your time, your energy, getting really depressed and anxious about this stuff, because working in cryptocurrency is a super fun and thrilling thing. First of all, if you want to work in it and you're not able to find work, be a freelancer, do something smaller. Maybe you get paid for a few hours worth of work, but you grow your experience through that. You create your own projects, maybe buy some Bitcoin ATMs, maybe create your own Bitcoin website, maybe create your own cryptocurrency, maybe create your own cryptocurrency YouTube channel, anything that you could put on a portfolio. You build your own website, you link that in the future to job listings, to job employers. And I don't have a diploma. I'm getting people that are responding back to me for stuff that sometimes I'm overqualified for. Men statistically will apply for jobs that they're 50, 60, 70% qualified for. Women, usually it's 100%. That's why men sometimes get paid a little bit more, because they're ready to take that risk right there. But I'm also applying for stuff that I'm overqualified for, stuff that I'm completely qualified for. I'm applying all across the board, just see what I could get. I've gotten some interviews. I've had some fun conversations. Some of them were nerve-wracking. You know, it's been a while since I've been in some interviews, and especially when it's through Zoom or Skype or WhatsApp. Sometimes the internet connection breaks. Sometimes your neighbor's drilling downstairs. That's all right. That's part of the fun experience. So first and foremost, check if the company is a scam. Check their Glassdoor reviews. Check on Indeed their reviews. Just look them up on Google if they have a physical location. Hopefully they have a physical location, but not every single company in cryptocurrency. Whereas in the normal world, yes, for most industries, they're going to have a physical location, and sometimes they're going to have their own building or their own office space. While in cryptocurrency, sometimes all it takes is one guy in his own room trading, and he's a genius, and bam, he's got a $100 million company. In order to manage it later, so he's got to, hire employees, 20 of them, 30 of them. But in cryptocurrency, it happens so quickly sometimes that you're not going to have a physical address. I've seen this so many times, and for many people, this would look like a red flag, but it's not. However, there's still reviews online, and a lot of these positions actually are very remote friendly. Sometimes at the very beginning, they're hiring people from Upwork and freelancers, and then they're moving into part-time and then full-time jobs. But there are reviews out there from employees, from clients, from customers. Look at the reputation. If the reputation is bad, it doesn't mean that the job will always be bad, but it's just something that you have to look out for. And it's also something that can be used as a bargaining chip. If the reputation is bad, and if you get the job or if you don't get the job, you're always able to use that against them. If for some reason, sometimes in job interviews, they are abusive to you. Sometimes this company goes crazy. Let's say you get the job and then they try and blackmail you somehow, or they're going to fire you, or they're going to take away and lie some of their salary benefits. They distorted how much equity you're going to have. Well, it's something to think about, but you're also able to always use this stuff against them. Now, that's going to happen very, very rarely. So I'm just starting off with the negative examples, but there's a lot of positive examples. And in every industry, you're going to have some really sketchy bad apples. So I've seen a lot of job listings, whether you're a marketer, a salesman, a manager, a CFO, a VP, whoever you're applying for, a lead architect developer, a junior dev, a web dev guy. You're going to be in charge of blockchain security or cybersecurity, whatever it is. Always watch out for those job listings that aren't for you. They're not for anyone. They're for unicorns. So what happens is there's actually multiple reasons why companies do this. But one of them is HR needs to fulfill their legal requirement. They already have somebody that they're going to give the job to. Maybe it's a son of the boss of the company. Maybe it's someone that was referred, and they're just trying to fulfill their legal requirement that, yes, we're going to do 22-minute interviews, and we've got some applications here just so they can submit it to the federal government that, yes, they did their dues. So there's actually a lot of that, and it's complete BS, but hey, that's in the normal jobs world, probably 20% of those application listings. That's what it's going to be. Then you have an additional 10 to 30% where some of these are really rare gems. You can find this in recruiting heck, but instead of heck, it's HE double hockey sticks, where you have job listings for, even today, for example, I saw a marketer. Great. So I'm reading through the listing. All right. Social media experience. You're managing communities. It's Facebook, Instagram. It's listing out all the social media apps. It's listing out all the social media content management apps like Hootsuite. That's great. Listing CRMs. All right. It's listing stuff with like analytics. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. But then it's going into administrative stuff, and all right, I guess. But then it talks about HTML5 and CSS and programming skills. And then it discusses about sales and how you should be also able to travel to clients. And it's like, whoa, what did I just read? It went from a marketing job to an administrative job to a sales job to a programmer all in one. These companies are searching for that unicorn, that perfect experience, where sometimes this person just doesn't even exist, or if they do exist, they're not going to work for that salary. And this job listing was actually for someone who had 1 year of experience, and it didn't even require a diploma. So that was crazy. You're going to see this a lot in marketing. A lot of marketing roles are mixed in with sales, and that's, it's not great, but it is what it is. But when you start mixing in a web dev guy, even a junior web developer will still be making more than a marketer, especially in the cryptocurrencies community. So you have to watch out for those jobs. Sometimes it's worth applying, but through a different means. If you really want to work at that company, try and find somebody on LinkedIn who actually works at the company, who's not a recruiter. Maybe he's the head of recruitment over there. He actually is an employee full-time, and you're able to figure out, hey, are you for real? Like, what are the real requirements? But sometimes you have people who are just brand new to the space, and they're a jack of all trades. It's possibly the founder that's not even, they don't even have an HR department. He's just listing job requirements, or somebody brand new to HR who doesn't even know what the job entails. So they're going to recommend a lot of things. Professional companies usually have it very short. It's brief. All right, here's your responsibilities. Here's what we do. Here's what we'd expect of you, the experience, that's it. But I've seen some crazy job listings that are a few pages long, and it's like, I'm not going to go into that. Another thing that I would avoid is sometimes it's worth it to apply to these companies, but sometimes it's kind of a red flag, so it depends on you. But companies that require you to submit your resume, and it fills in certain requirements, but then you have to type in your address, you have to type in everything again. All right, so you go through this, and then they send you a survey, and this survey is complete BS, and it's asking you stuff. First of all, it's got this weird pronoun thing. I saw this today. Are you a he, him, a her, she, a they, their, or a Z? What is a Z? I've never heard of this Z before, but all right, whatever. That's not technical. That's not going to actually make a difference on the job. That's completely personal. Some people might get offended by that. But then you get a survey that's asking you questions. Are you a team player, or are you an individual? If you had this type of project, what would you do? And these are these false traps where if you answer it wrong, see you goodbye, they're immediately going to disqualify you. So you should double check through that. But any company that's going through this before they actually interview you is probably going to be crap, because these surveys usually are just stupid questions that aren't even related to the job at hand. It's basically politics, office politics. Yay! Then you're going to have the jobs that pay you too little, or they try to lure you in with benefits and all of this extra stuff, but your salary's really low. Or even better, you don't have a salary, you have an hourly plus benefits plus commission. Relax, guys. Every single time you see commissions, that's when you get out. Commissions aren't going to make you anything, even if you're a great salesman, unless you're a car salesman, which, come on, guys, this is cryptocurrency. Go for that salary. A salary will always be guaranteed unless they're lying about it. Then you're going to have these jobs that ask you to do a test beforehand. And sometimes this test means, all right, you answer a few questions, everything's fine. It's a technical test. If you're a programmer, all right, can you make this application? Cool. And it's a really simple application that you can probably make in 30 minutes. A calculator-like application that has a few extra bells and whistles to it. Great. All right, perfect. Well, then you have these other types of companies which require you to spend 2 days full-time working, creating the actual thing that they want to sell, creating their own service or their product, creating a cryptocurrency exchange for them, going full stack on them, and then they're not going to pay you. They want the full rights to that. If you give it away to them, they're just going to be like, oh yeah, great, thanks. And they're going to have like 20 of these applications. They're going to choose the best one and see you goodbye. You just wasted your time for nothing. They're not paying you. Don't take that. Also, unpaid internships, it is complete BS. In this day and age, it doesn't matter. The prestige of working at a company, forget about it. Companies, even 200 years old, they go bankrupt every now and then, especially when there's a recession coming, or there was one like last year with the flash crashes. You see companies come and go. In normal industries, if the CEO is interviewing you, that's probably a red flag, unless it's a startup, it's a really small company. Because if it's a larger company, there's better things that the CEO should do. In cryptocurrency, that's probably going to be closer to startups, because many companies are just starting out, or even if they've got a few $1 million, it could very easily go topside. So they don't want to start recruiting way too many people. And sometimes HR isn't even completely necessary when you're still at that stage. There's a lot of stuff that you have to look out for, and some of it's very nuanced. But for the most part, there are so many benefits to working in cryptocurrency. Better pay. You have a lot more freedom in this industry. You have people who are very open-minded, and usually they're thinking similar to you. This is something that is a high-skilled talent, because even if you're not a programmer, you're learning about cryptocurrencies, which you can take that into the next company, to the next project that you're going to work on. And maybe in the future, you're going to be able to build your own projects. You're going to be able to make some difference while getting a 6-figure salary. So that's always nice. I know this video was kind of all over the place. So on my other channel, not today, but probably later this week, we're going to be doing an in-depth video actually showing you how we're applying to some of these jobs. Just an example resume, example, all this stuff. And this is for marketing, so obviously it's going to change. But there are so many different avenues you can take. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. We're going to have more content out pretty soon. Subscribe for daily uploads. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.